She was standing in the rain without an umbrella, while he walked by holding one. For a moment he hesitated, then stepped closer and offered it to her. "Let's walk together," he said with a gentle smile. And in that instant, under the sound of raindrops and the glow of streetlights, they both felt it was not just a coincidence. They started spending evenings together. Long walks by the river, late-night conversations, little notes written on cafe napkins. Every glance became a confession, every touch a promise. It felt as if the whole world disappeared when they were near each other. But soon life tested them. He had to leave abroad to study while she stayed behind. Letters and phone calls couldn't replace his presence. At times she feared their love would fade, but whenever she read his words, "I'll be back soon. Hold on for us," her heart filled with warmth again. When he finally returned, they met at the very same place where they had once shared an umbrella. He walked toward her and pulled out 2 tickets, a journey to the city of her dreams. "Shall we start again?" This time, without goodbyes. She didn't answer with words, only hugged him tightly. And once again the rain began to fall, just like that first night. Only now they laughed under it together. They moved to a small apartment in a new city. Everything was unfamiliar. Streets, neighbors, even the silence of the nights. Yet as long as they had each other, every corner slowly began to feel like home. She decorated the kitchen with flowers. He cooked breakfast on Sundays. Their love turned ordinary days into little celebrations. She finally opened her little cafe, the dream she had always carried in her heart. He was her first customer, sitting proudly at the corner table, clapping when she served her very first cup of coffee. He too started traveling for work, but always returned with stories and souvenirs, saying, "Every place I go feels empty until I tell you about it." But not all seasons are sunny. There were days of quarrels when exhaustion and misunderstandings piled up. One night she cried, thinking their love was fading. He sat beside her, held her trembling hands and whispered, "Love is not about never fighting. It's about choosing each other again and again, even when it's hard." And in that moment, they both realized their bond was stronger than the storm. Years later, they stood together in front of the sea, watching the sunset. Wrinkles had appeared around their eyes, but their gazes were just as full of warmth as that first night in the rain. He slipped his arm around her shoulders and said, "Our story isn't perfect, but it's ours, and I'd choose it 1,000 times again." She smiled softly, leaning on him, knowing that love had truly become their forever.